In Romans 10, verse 17, it says, consequently, faith comes from hearing the message, and the message is heard through the word of God. As you pull the resistance band towards you, remember that faith is like the tension in this band. It pulls you closer to God. Just as you need to hear the message of Jesus Christ to grow in your faith, each rep represents drawing nearer to God, strengthening your spiritual muscles. May your faith be stretched and strengthened with each rep and with each pull of this exercise. I'm Roman Hunter. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the seated resistance band low row exercise. The seated resistance band low row exercise. This exercise is a wonderful exercise that targets the latissimus dorsi muscle, which is a big muscle of the back. All right, now this exercise can be done anywhere. It can be done by anyone at all ages. It can be done in your park. It can be done in the backyard. It can be done at home in the house. It can be done in the gym. And there are different variations to this exercise. You have the cable version of it. You have the seated cable low rows. You have the bent over cable low rows. You have the standing cable low rows. And this one I'm using a resistance band. So it is a seated resistance band low rows. All right. You can use a resistance tube if you don't have a resistance band. You can use large resistance loops. You can use a cable pulling machine if you have access to a cable pulling machine, whether at home or in the gym. You can use the cable pulling machine, having a seated cable low row exercise. Now, there are different types of rows. Not going to go through all of them right now. Just going to be focusing on this one in particular. Now, the benefits of this exercise is that it really helps to strengthen the core muscles. So, secondarily, it helps to strengthen the core muscles, not only latissimus dorsi, which is the big muscle of the back, but also helps to strengthen your core muscles. It helps with regard to your posture. It helps to build endurance in the core muscles. It helps with overall functional performance, functionality of the body, and it really helps with regard to reducing the risk of injury. Now, if it is that you do have a medical condition with regard to your back and you're not too sure or certain about performing this exercise, I would strongly advise that you go ahead and seek medical advice and counsel first from the physiotherapist before performing this exercise. Otherwise, from that, it's a really good exercise to add to your program. All right. So the starting position of this exercise is that you're sitting. You can either use a bench, a chair, a stool, but you're seated. Make sure that when seated, your feet are flat on the floor. Your knees are bent 90 degrees. Your hips are about 90 degrees as well. Your body is nice and upright. I don't want to see you leaning back. If the chair has a backrest, don't be leaning back on the chair. Have your body nice and upright. Brace your core. Having your body upright like this helps to really engage your postural muscles. The paraspinal muscles, the other muscles of your back, it helps to build endurance in those muscles. Having your body leaning back like this, it kind of relaxes, deactivates those muscles because your body is resting on an external object, right? Those muscles are deactivated, they are disengaged because they don't need to be contracted to keep your body upright because you're already leaning against something. So having your body nice and upright like this really engages them. It really activates them and gets them kicking, right? So have your body upright, looking straight ahead, brace your core, shoulders back and down, and neck is in a neutral position, looking ahead of you, all right? Here I am holding both ends of the band. So the band is anchored to something stable, a stable object of some sort. It can be around a tree, it can be around a table foot, it can be around a stable object, right? Your grill at home, something that won't topple over with you or that won't shift and move while performing this exercise. So make sure it's properly secured. So I'm holding both ends of the band and I'm going to be pulling in the direction of my stomach. Right? So you pull to the direction of the stomach, at the level of the stomach. So you're driving the elbows back. So you're leading with the elbows. You're leading back with the elbows so that the wrist is about the level of your torso, right? Or your abdomen. You pull back so that the wrist or the hand is at the level of your stomach. Pull in the direction of the stomach. Drive in with the elbows, drive the elbows back. I don't want to see you do like this, so you're not pulling with your biceps You're not doing elbow flexion like that. You're driving the elbows back, allowing the hands to follow through, and you stop at the level of your stomach. And release. Pull back, release slowly. Pull back, and don't force it, don't rush it, and don't do like this either. Don't jerk the body, don't rock your body, keep your body nice and steady. You get a double whammy with your postural muscles, you get a double whammy. This is how you really engage your core. This is how you really challenge your core muscles as well, by keeping your body nice and upright while and as you pull against a resistance. So the band is pulling it this way, but you really have to engage your core and really have to engage the postural muscles in your back, keeping your body nice and upright in this fashion as you pull against the resistance. All right, so don't allow the resistance to move you out of position. If you begin to find yourself moving out of position like that, maybe you need to relax. Your body would have gotten tired, your muscles would have been fatigued. Just need to relax or release the tension a little bit and then continue. Now, if you want to increase the tension in this exercise and increase the intensity of this exercise, you can double up the bands. You can hold it closer to the ankle. The closer your grip is towards the ankle, is the more tension you get, and is the greater the intensity of this exercise. If you want to reduce the intensity, then hold closer to the end of the band. All right? If it is that you want to increase the intensity, you can double up the band. You can use several bands at the same time. There are different ways of performing this exercise if you want to increase the intensity. If while performing this exercise you begin to feel increasing pain, then I would say stop from performing this exercise or go a little slower or reduce the intensity, all right, before continuing. I really pray and hope that you enjoy this exercise. Add it to your exercise program. Give it a feel and see how it feels for you. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Raman Hunter. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.